everyone, welcome to another review for tonight, and this time I am taking a look at Rise of the Guardians, which is a brand new DreamWorks animated film where it takes a bunch of our childhood heroes that we used to believe in, like Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, Sandman, Tooth Fairy, and hell, even Jack Frost, and they bring them all together to team up against the Boogeyman. And I pretty much explained the story right there, but I'll talk about it a little bit more. But I was really excited to see this film. I thought it would look really dark, very cool, maybe very fun. I don't know, but I went to go see it. Let's talk about it straight up. Let's get straight into it with the story. The story for Rise of the Guardians follows Jack Frost, who isn't really one of those top dogs like Santa Claus or the Easter Bunny. He's more of a loner, but he has a good time with what he has, which he can of course create snowstorms and form ice, and he has fun with the kids, because he creates snow days, of course, and he has fun with kids. He's having a good time, even though he's still kind of depressed because he has no idea who he is, who he was before he was Jack Frost, and why the hell he even is Jack Frost, and no one believes in him, so no one can even see him. So he has fun, but only for a little while until he realizes, oh wait, no one can see me, so I'm having fun by myself pretty much. And for the most part, it's kind of sad. You feel for Jack Frost. Later on, he becomes, of course, a guardian because the moon, who creates all these, guardians like Jack Frost and Santa Claus and stuff, decides to make him one of the top dogs, one of the guardians. And he becomes a guardian along with Sandman, Tooth Fairy, Santa Claus, and of course the Easter Bunny. And they have to go and stop Pitch, who is the Boogeyman. He's back and he wants to go and make people believe in him once again because he's an evil guy and he hates everybody and he wants to go and give everybody nightmares. And for the most part, the story here is very interesting. It's kind of like the Avengers, like everybody has said, except for our childhood heroes that we used to believe in, and it's kind of cool. It really is a very unique premise here, and I thought the characters were very well written. I really liked all of them. They all had their distinct things. Like Sandman would create little icons above his head because he couldn't talk out of sand and stuff. The Tooth Fairy would of course be all about teeth. Santa Claus is like a Russian dude. He's tough. He has tattoos. He has two swords, but he's like, he has a good heart. And Easter Bunny is Australian, has his boomerangs, but he's a badass. And of course Jack Frost is the loner type dude. He's pretty much Captain Kirk from Star Trek because Chris Pine voices him. So yeah, I just like all the distinct characters. I like how fun it is just to see all these guys together at last. I don't know why at last, like we really wanted this to happen, but secretly I wanted this to happen, and it's just a very fun story, and it's very funny too at times, and I really enjoy that. Along with the characters, I think the voice acting here is phenomenal. I think Chris Pine did a great job voicing Jack Frost. I really liked his character, even though his character design was a little bit too Justin Bieber-ish and maybe a little bit too emo at times, but for the most part his personality definitely did not match his character look, and I really liked him in the film. Alec Baldwin, who played Santa Claus in the film, is great here. He's really, really funny at times, and he has a good heart too. He's Santa Claus. He's just jolly, even though he's badass at times. He does a great job here. Isla Fisher, I think I'm saying her name right, plays the Tooth Fairy, and she's just having a great time here. I mean, she's always just like giddy whenever she's like near someone with beautiful teeth because she's Tooth Fairy. It makes sense. And I just loved her in the film. I thought she was great. Oh my god, Hugh Jackman, I was about to forget him. Hugh Jackman plays the Easter Bunny, and he does a great job here as well, even though he uses that Australian accent, and I don't know why, I'm just so used to him using that American accent that at first I was like, who is that again? I was like, is that Jason Statham? Like, no, that's freaking Hugh Jackman. I completely forgot, and he never uses that Australian accent, at least in the films I watch, but for the most part he did a great job here. Actually, no, just completely did a great job. No one voices the Sandman, but he's great, just want to give him some props. And Jude Law, who plays Pitch Black, or the Boogeyman, does a great job here as well, even though I would say some reviews have said this also. His character wasn't all that evil. He wasn't all that threatening, but I did think Jude Law did a great job there. So overall, I think the voice acting is fantastic. I think the story is a lot of fun. I think it is very funny at times, and the characters are really likable. Let us finish this review by talking about the animation and maybe the action. Animation in this film does not go for a Lorax or a Brave or a Wreck-It Ralph, where it's all eye-poppingly gorgeous colors, just visuals everywhere. It's just so gorgeous and like, oh my god, so gorgeous. It doesn't go for that. What it does go for is an amazing, amazing looking designs for each one of the characters. Everybody looks so cool and so unique. The Tooth Fairy has all these like scaly parts where it's all rainbowish and it looks really cool. Santa Claus is just this tough, bulky dude with tattoos on his arms. His whole workshop is really cool. Everybody's little hideout is really cool in this film. The Easter Bunny is, you know, he's just a bunny, except he's, you know, how do you say it? Anthropomorphized? I got it. And, you know, he's just standing tall and stuff. But the thing is, he's so furry and stuff, I just wanted to touch him. He looks so furry. And even Jack Frost, and of course the Sandman. The Sandman looks so freaking dope in this film. Oh, he's just completely made out of sand, and when he gets into the action, he's pretty freaking cool. But, you know, even Jack Frost looks really cool in the film. And the designs and all the action going around, it looks really fantastic. And now, let me actually talk about the action, because the action, when it gets to it, is really, really fun and very fast and fluid here. The animation really helps out the action, too, because whenever, like, I don't know, Sandman, like I said, or Santa Claus, or the Easter Bunny is fighting, they always use their little, you know, their specific things. Like the Easter Bunny has his like boomerangs and stuff, and Santa Claus has 2 swords and stuff. The Tooth Fairy can whoop down, like use her little baby Tooth Fairies to go and attack everybody. And of course the Sandman has his like sand whips and stuff. And whenever it gets into that, the animation, the action is just so much fun to watch. It really is. It's a fantastic looking movie. The only problem I would say this movie has is that at the end it becomes a little bit too kiddish in a way, where it's like a predictable animated kid movie where it's like, oh, I don't want to spoil it, but it becomes a predictable one. It really does. But besides that, everything else is so much fun. All the characters are likable. I really like Jack Frost. I really want to know much more about his past and all that stuff. I think this is a fantastic film that will make any kid believe once again. It's corny, but still, I think this is a great film, very fun. I give this a 37 out of 40. Definitely go check it out. It's not doing all that great at the box office. You gotta go check it out. It's a very fun film. So anyway, there you go. There's my review. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, and goodbye.